All right. It's the CARESNONE Be Dope podcast. I am your host, Chris CARESNONE, and I'm with my co-host, Matt Michael Jack, baby. What's going on, man?
Yeah, nothing, man. I'm so glad to be here today.
You know, it's still hard for me to say your name smoothly.
No, it's not.
Without thinking. I have to
Really?
Yeah, it's like
no, you do it very well, and you do it effortlessly, I feel, as someone who knows how hard my last name is to pronounce and has been dealing with it for
your life.
Almost a million years, according to you.
Yeah, according. Let's talk about let's get the thing out the way.
The fluffy thing.
Yeah, the fluffy thing out the way. So it's been a while since I've had a podcast, but not because I'm just being lazy. We're being lazy.
No, not at all.
I'm gonna deja vu, people. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you describe what happened in your own words.
In my own words. All right. So let's see. So we would have tried to record 2 weeks ago, or we tried. Not would have tried.
No,
we did try.
We tried.
We gave it a damn good effort.
Damn.
About 2 weeks ago. So about 3 weeks ago, you hit me up and said, "Hey, next one, me, you, and D. I got the 3-man setup, ready to go. It's gonna be awesome." Blah blah blah. I'm like, great, because the first one we did, which nobody heard, I felt was a lot of fun.
It was great,
and that was early in the beginning. Was
it within 5 or 10 episodes?
I was gonna say, I don't even think you cracked double digits before that one,
right? Which
was cool because everyone, we'd all done about 3 together, whatever.
Right,
it was cool, and I know I was looking forward to it. I can't speak for D, but I know you were looking for, and it was cool. But whatever, stuff happened. Equipment didn't work. Didn't happen. Then COVID hit, and that was 6 months worth of fucking bullshit that we're all still dealing with.
Right.
But then, hey, I got 3-man setup ready.
I'm like, I got to set it up. I figured it out.
Let's go. I'm ready to work. I'm like, cool, man. It's gonna be fun. Worked, got here, all excited. We sat down. We started talking. We did the mic check. Mic check came back. Like, all right, it recorded. But did y'all hear something? Was there a little something? Was something weird about that? Let's try it again. And the sound just wasn't right. But you know what? Kudos to Chris, because we were recording, and in my head, I'm like, man, it's just cool having the 3 of us here together. This is fun. Even in just the bullshit banter we were having while we were trying to figure things out. Enjoyed the fuck out of it.
For sure, yeah.
And I'm just like, man, let's just go. Let's just go with it. We're all here. Let's just do it. And you're just like, it doesn't sound right. It's not what I want to put out there.
Yeah, I can't.
And you know what? I think I maybe suggested it one more time, and I was like, you know what, man? Like, shut it the fuck down, Matt. Shut up.
Because I think you even said, I can see it in your eye.
You just were disappointed with it, and it wasn't what you wanted, and it was like, all right, man.
I contemplated. I'm like, so what it was, to try to describe what it was like a little staticky. Would you call it a static?
Yeah, a static or a crackle,
like a crack pack. It was like Rice Krispies. And
in our in our headsets, it sounded very tinny, and everyone sounded a little far away, but it didn't play back that way, right?
Right.
It was just
2 different issues, right? So we got close, y'all. We had it.
We're making progress. So in 6 months from now, by Christmas,
we should be close. We should be close.
We should have one out there with the 3 of us.
Because I'm telling you, that's going to be an epic. And now it's going to be. So I could argue that I'm kind of glad that happened, because it's going to make the next one even better.
Maybe you're just an evil fucking genius, bro.
What if I did this all up purpose?
You're just stringing me and D along, like trying to build up the.
I mean, it was a build up to this stuff. I'm like, yeah, we got to talk about it.
Yeah.
Because it's been a while since I had a pod, and a couple people text me like, "Where's the pod?" I'm like, "Damn, man, I was close."
I got shit from my wife. She's like, "You didn't come home till like 3 a.m. and you guys didn't record."
I know.
Where were you?
Yeah, that seems sketchy.
I'm like, no, I was there. I swear.
What I would have said was, just blame it all on me, man.
Oh, I did.
He's like, Chris is a fucking idiot. I don't know what to tell you.
I think it took me 2 weeks to come back.
Oh man,
smooth things over.
So. Was she really, really, really upset about that?
No, not really, really upset. But like, like not even really upset. But it was just like that.
Did she realize that like it was user error, and I just didn't know?
Well, I was just like, yeah. I'm like, well, she's like, well, how'd it go last night? I'm like, well, it was great.
Right. Which at the end of the day, right?
It was great. But we didn't record it.
No, we didn't record.
What do you mean? Well, why were you there so long? Like, well, I was trying to help him figure it out. We were all just hanging out. It was fun. Like.
And then my roommate
and I don't
came.
see D ever, right? But we're gonna record, and I feel it's just good just to hang with the guy, right? And be in the same room with him and just chat a little bit.
Oh, that's why you think I have him on here?
Yeah, man.
That's why I know all 3 of us are gonna have an epic, like we did.
He's good people, right? It was fun. All 4 of us, shit.
No, I'm talking about the first one that we actually did a podcast with.
No, yeah. No, it was really good.
And then we have this and it's weird because I've had conversations with you both, but you guys haven't.
Right.
So there'll be a lot of catching up on since the last time you seen him. Well, I guess you did a little bit of that, so you probably won't be as much catching up since you actually did see him.
Right.
But as far as the pod is concerned, and maybe talking about something specific, like maybe COVID or something, have you had a talk with him about that yet when you here the other day?
Man, we were doing a lot of thinking when we weren't doing things, and by the thinking, I mean we were expanding our minds on like how to try to figure things out, and things got pretty cloudy for me.
What were you? Because of alcohol?
No, you had nothing to drink here last time because
and by the way,
because of the legalized marijuana we were smoking.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
I mean, it was like a fucking rap video in here.
I'll be honest. I'm still sober.
That's amazing.
Right? Isn't that crazy?
I mean, not amazing because I didn't think you could do it, but just amazing because, I mean, you've surpassed your 1 month.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you this right now.
What are you on, 10 weeks, 11 weeks?
Shit.
Or not 10, yeah, 10 2.
The 6th would be 2 full months.
The 6th will be 2
or
full
no,
months.
or maybe almost 3 months. Maybe.
I think you're closer to 3 months because I feel
closer
like
to 3 months.
You were close. You were taking a break or pause or quitting drinking around the time that I was done smoking.
Right. And you're going on.
I'll be 3 months Sunday.
Yeah, so it's very similar around. Yeah. So so I think about 2 weeks. Right. And I'm telling you, at the present moment, I don't think that I have a strong desire.
Well, I can say that being in your apartment right now and looking at the selection of what you have to drink, I don't have a strong desire to drink either.
well, the thing is, I was so turned before that I would always make sure to have some shit for myself, mainly.
And clearly, you went through the stuff.
I mean, the old me could still find some. Like, there's a little vodka up there. You don't really drink vodka, right?
Not really. I did last time I was here. I had like one just to have like a something. And right now I'm drinking cinnamon, 70 proof cinnamon liqueur. The brand isn't even worth noting because I don't even know what it was. Let's just call it like Phillips 66 brand cinnamon liqueur with about 8 dashes of bitters in it.
And you said it's still pretty bad, right?
It's not good, but
it's drinkable.
Now that the marijuana set in, it's palatable.
But I feel pretty good personally, and what I've noticed, I definitely smoke more.
Yeah,
and I didn't realize how.
So do you think you just replaced one with the other? Like, how do you feel about that? Like, you still feel good that you're not drinking.
Yeah, but this doesn't feel like. I don't feel like weed gives me a mask. If anything, it makes me think more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like the liquor was a mask to not think about whatever insecurities. I feel like the weed, it makes you think, like, a lot.
But the things that you use the liquor for, do you feel that you use the weed for?
No.
Like,
because I feel like I'm thinking too much.
If you're going on a date or something like that.
Like, no, I don't need to smoke to do that.
But do you?
Like, half the time, yeah.
And for the podcast, you always said you felt like you needed to. I have some drinks or drink.
But like right now, I feel I don't like liquor. So here's the thing with booze for me, and mind you, I was drinking to get drunk. Okay, so it wasn't like I was having a cocktail. So I think from
what's the point of having a cocktail? I mean, honestly.
I agree. That's why I was a slush.
I mean, unless it's just to be seen. Like, you're at a social event or something, and you just don't even want people asking you questions about why you're not drinking. You just have a cocktail in your hand. Then maybe you just have the one. If you're not a drinker and you just want to deal with that bullshit. But if you are a drinker, who just has one drink? I think it was my older sister that says, like, no, when I'm going to drink, I'm going to drink to get drunk. Because, like, what's the point?
I working in the restaurant business, I've definitely seen people come in here and grab one drink. Tell me you haven't seen people order one drink? It happens all the time.
No, of course.
I'm always pissed. Like, get another drink.
Well, of course they do. But, like, I don't know what they were doing before they came.
Good point.
They have something to eat.
So you can't
or where they're going after.
Good point. And you have to pay a lot more at a
maybe
restaurant.
that guy coming in to have his, like, double vodka rocks, whatever, splash of olive juice, is going to meet his family for dinner. And he's like, oh, man, I just need to relax before I deal with whatever bullshit I'm about to face. Or someone stopping in at your bar before they're going to meet a date at the restaurant next door.
See, I never used any drugs for a calming effect, or I've used it as like a mask to let me just be more ridiculous. But I've never, like, for instance, like, and when it comes to marijuana, you know what to me, it just makes things better. Like, food tastes better. Music, I can hear notes better. Mm-hmm. Sex is better. Everything is better when I'm high. But it's not. I still feel like I'm Chris Campbell.
Well, I guess that's not because you're high. Never mind. Go ahead.
Well, I just still feel like me. If anything, I feel like me even more because I'm thinking. If anything, it makes me think. It makes me,
So you feel more in tune to you when you're smoking versus drinking.
Billion percent.
Where you feel like you're trying to hide from who you are.
Right. I don't feel like I'm.
When you're drinking, I got you. Okay.
When I'm high, like right now, I feel like if anything, I'm even more exposed because it makes me think about those kind of things. So, but then the booze don't make me think about nothing at all. It's just close and whatever comes out the mouth, just start talking.
I gotcha.
But I don't know if I desire. Definitely hard booze. I'm probably done with. That's for me. Again, I ain't talking about nobody else.
Right.
And I can keep liquor in the house. Like, I'm not telling anyone else. I'm talking about Chris Campbell and where I was.
You got the same selection when I was here 2 weeks ago.
You know what I'm saying? So, but I'm just kind of proud of myself because it was a thing that I always thought I would never even contemplate doing that, except before last November.
Right. And you are still going out. Like, you're going out.
Yeah, I've definitely put myself in situations that I normally would have been drunk in. 100%.
Right. You said, I think last time, I don't know, I think we were talking about it maybe prior to the podcast, or maybe we were talking about it one of our podcasts, but like on dates and stuff, right? You just, like even going out with friends and whatever, you just have
just free balling, just straight, you know what I'm saying? Raw dogging the universe because, and here's what I'm noticing. The more I do it, the easier it is. And because I know, okay, so one of the things I wanted to talk about today, somebody asked me, like, how are you so confident? I'm not sure if I talked about this on the podcast. I'm sure I have because this is who I am.
Because he's confident.
I really feel like I am. Like, to confident enough to some people be like, the audacity. He was like, well, I'm confident enough to say that. You know what I'm saying? I'm confident. But the reason why I feel that I am, and I'm not 100% confident. I still have, I still have a lot of issues. But I just think I'm more confident than most. One, because I have done a lot of things that work on your confidence. And most of it, to me, I think the main thing is discipline. So the more I discipline myself to do certain things, and the more I'm like actively trying to improve, with that mentality, I don't think anyone can tell me anything unless you're telling me about something that I'm trying to improve that you have done. So, for instance, you at bartending, I'm not that super confident at bartending. If you told me this is what you do, I'm not as confident as you are at it.
Right.
So I'm willing to accept that. But if you're going to try to tell me like I shouldn't feel confident in myself when I try so hard to be the best me, that's where I get my confidence from, is my discipline to keep trying to be the best me. And the more I do that, the more confident it is, the more I won't settle for certain things. I'm like, then life's so short.
Right.
So that's another part of what confidence is to me. It's just like, whoa, once I started realizing, and maybe that's just maturity, but I feel like people older than us don't have this mentality all the time. But it's so short. Everything that
and the thing is, you don't even know how short it is. I mean, it's short enough thinking what the average age of, someone should die at, whatever. But then you take in the fact of what life actually is and how quickly something could just fucking happen or something could be taken away from you. You don't know how short it is. So like you're saying, like, why waste time not being confident? Why not just take life by the balls and just go for it?
Man, I mean, because at the end of the day, listen, this is stoic. I get it. It's stoic. But at the end of the day,
it's that pot talking.
But it's going to be all over, though.
Right.
I mean, we hope there's some shit on the other side.
Tomorrow's not guaranteed, man. So what do you want to do right now?
That's why I'm trying I'm just trying now. I'm making moves. And luckily, I don't have a child or anything or a family at the moment like that.
Luckily.
Well, I'm saying.
What are you trying to say, man?
Because it's easier to make decisions like that. We don't have to think about someone else. I totally understand that. Not saying that that's necessarily an excuse, because there's a lot of people who've got 5 kids and know nothing, and they figure out to do whatever the fuck they want to do. So there's not an excuse to completely. But I understand. I have empathy for people who have situations that, you got to make sure. As we talked about this, as a man, what's the one thing you're gonna guarantee do? Take care of your family.
Right.
Period. Whatever you got to do.
And when you're trying to make moves, you only got to worry about one mouth to feed.
It's so much easier.
About 6 mouths.
You know what I'm saying? Right. It's so much easier. And that's just a confident too. It's like, man, fuck. Now let me ask you this.
Ask me, Chris.
Let me ask your ass this. And I never noticed this. I never even thought about this until Mike brought it up. He goes, to be 35 with no children. Is that like something that a woman of that age would look at as a plus? He said it so confidently, too.
And you asked that question to me so confident, like I would know what a 35-year-old woman is thinking.
No, what you would think.
Like, what the fuck?
Like, what would you think?
Man, I
like, is it? Do you think they say, "Oh shit, he's 35, no kids"? Like, how come? You know, like
I don't know what single women are thinking. I mean, I haven't thought about what's.
I mean, they don't got to be single to have the thought.
I guess that's true, but I haven't needed it. I haven't really. I can't wrap my brain around the question right now because.
Wait! You can't even fathom like to contemplate the question.
Like, well, why would like I don't know what they would think. I really don't know what they would think. Like, why would that be a plus or a minus for them? But I could see where he would be thinking why, because was he thinking it would be a minus for them or a negative?
A plus for the guy.
A plus for the guy.
Yes.
A plus for the guy. Like he's 35, no kids. He's all mine.
Yeah, like, or maybe I don't know.
Like, what's the plus?
He said it, and I had never even heard of this philosophy.
That's why I'm not even ensuring the question what to answer. Like, so why is it a positive then, or why is it a?
He didn't.
Because he's unattached, like he could be whatever, do whatever.
Well, you know, like,
he's still moldable, but now he's in his
maybe.
mid-30s, so he's probably got a better job.
I mean, all these things sound like good points to me,
right?
but imagine if you have like a baby's mama and 2 other kids from other motherfuckers, then that would obviously come with not saying it's always baggage, but that's extra shit.
So it's just a baggage question.
At the end of the day, yeah.
And it's a positive,
right? But do you think that it's a thing that they look at? I never even considered that. And you know me, I'm a specialist.
That's what I mean. So I'm surprised. You're asking me.
I really do think I'm a specialist. More. How about this?
In what context did he ask you this question, or did he present this theory or notion to you?
I forgot what we were. I was in my room on my computer. He came in.
Like, was he like, I'm 35 and I don't have any kids. You know how well that plays at the bar? And then he did the gunshot thing?
I forgot exactly how it was, but I remember thinking, that's a thing? I think I said it.
That's what I mean. You asked me the question. I'm like, what?
I'm like, that's a thing? And he goes, oh, he was like, absolutely. Like that. Like, oh, are you kidding me? How did you not know that? I'm like, what? I've never heard that at all. But I guess it could make sense. It totally could make sense.
I mean, there's a lot of shit out there. So
and then you would, all your time would be the females as opposed to splitting it with your kid. So the woman would be number one,
right? If
you were single, but if you have a kid and you're not the number one necessarily.
Nice,
well, no one's number one over the child. Hopefully, I know there's some scumbags out there, but
there's a lot of scumbags.
As I'm saying, there's scumbags out there, but you know what I'm saying. So I don't know. It
makes
sense.
The reason why they're not married, their ex-wife thinks they're a scumbag.
It gave me like a little extra 2 bumps in my confidence, and I'm like, wait a minute, that is if that's a thing, which I don't even know, but if it's a thing, I said, shit, put another notch in my belt for being dope.
But I'm sure though. Conversely though, they're like, oh, he's 35, he doesn't have kids. Like, no one thought enough of him in the first 35 years to fucking lock that shit down and fucking have a baby with him.
That's not what they think. I mean, I'm sure there's a percentage that think that, but that's not what I think they think. I think they'll question not that there's a problem per se, but I feel like they'll be more like I can mold them. I don't think it's as negative.
Why do you think?
Oh, no, excuse me. That's not what I was trying to say. My fault. What I was trying to say is
that's gonna be an outtake.
I don't think women think that way. I think.
What about the women that are attracted to men wearing wedding rings, that have kids, that are married? They're attracted to that. What are they attracted to? The fact that. I mean, I don't know. I'm asking.
I know the answer to that for sure.
Well, you know for 100%?
Yes, 100%.
All those women are thinking?
95%, I know.
All right, if there's any statisticians out there listening, please fact check
this. Is a fact, and here's how I know. And I'm about to answer that question. But you know me, I got to build it up.
All right, build it up.
No.
We're all waiting, man.
No. But I'm serious, though.
No, I believe you.
I've asked this to women, to their face. Actually, no, I didn't ask. I told them. Real talk.
This is how you're gonna answer this.
And I'll be like, I already know what the deal is, and they'll be like, okay, who are you? And I'll tell them, and I'm telling you, they all say, you know what? Yeah, swear to God. And this is what they say. Oh, this is what I say: women like men that are liked by other women. But that goes for a lot of shit. Would you want a girl that no other body would want in the history of the world? I think that's a.
I mean, in the world, that's pretty broad.
That's
man.
what I'm saying. But what if no one on the planet thought your girl was anything, I don't think you would ever even like give her the time of day. You would want a girl who.
My girl is my planet.
I'm talking about before she. I
love you, baby.
Good play. But I you know what I mean though. I feel like that's why people like a guy with stature when everyone else like looks at that person. So for instance, I really just do. Let me rephrase this.
Sure, I mean I agree with the premise that people that are desired seem more desirable to people because they're already like
oh, he's something,
right.
Especially women to men. I'm telling you, man, and I really feel that women don't necessarily. Again, this is generally speaking now. This isn't 100%.
But isn't that what I was asking? Like, I mean, there's people of both.
Yeah, okay. Everything I say is, for the most part, generally speaking. There's outliers and everything.
Sure.
But I do believe that I believe in my heart that the majority of women definitely are attracted to men that are liked by other women. That doesn't mean they're going to act on it and none of that. I'm just saying, oh, okay, I can see why did it. And I feel like that's something that and I'm telling you, I've said that to women and they agree.
All right.
And it's crazy. It's crazy. Here's another thought I read today, or I was listening to this other podcast, Flagrant 2 with Andrew Schultz again. He made a good point. Somebody was talking about, so when women go and they like bust their ass in corporate world, they bust their ass in the corporate world and they become these certain traits that got them there, right? Because you have to be like a bad.
Yes. You
have to be a bad, and it's unfortunate you just can't be normally good. You have to be like extra badass, which is a male privilege in the workforce, if you ask me. But so they'll use things like I have my own like reading like a Bumble profile. I have my own home. I don't pay the bills. And they list these things off that they think that guys might want to see, but I don't know if that's a guy's thing that we look for. Like, do you?
I've never been on Bumble.
Oh, no, but the Bumble. It's not about the website. It's about they're trying to show what it is that they offer. But how many men do you think, what percentage, because you know me in percentages, would you say, look for a girl, I need to find a girl with her house? I feel like I never heard, like very rarely do you hear that.
I don't know about never, but no.
What's the main thing? What's the main thing?
I don't know what you're trying to get me to say.
No, not you. I'm just saying, most men. That is not necessarily you. What do most men think?
For what? Like the kind of girl that they want?
Do you think that is in the top 5 things that guys look for in a girl?
Is this Family Feud?
No, I'm just saying. I don't think that's the thing. You ain't never heard a dude say, "Bro, I gotta find me a badass chick with a house." You never hear that.
I feel like you do.
How often have you heard that in your life?
Not often, but I mean, I feel like guys are
percentage.
Looking, I feel like guys are still looking for. I mean, some guys. I guess not all guys. So, what percentage of guys I feel that are looking for
10%? Maybe 20, and that's just because
I don't think 20. I think you're right about 10.
Oh, that's fair.
I was actually going to say 8%.
Okay, so the overwhelming majority. Now, flip that. How many women do you think that's like having a home would be?
92%.
It'd be much higher.
Right.
But it's funny because some girls will state, well, I have this.
Yeah.
And again, they might be saying it for a couple reasons. Maybe they're saying it, well, because I don't need you, motherfucker, which is dope. But I think sometimes they would say, I just don't think that the things that they think that we want is what will get us. You know, at least personally, we desire different things. Hence, I would say, I think guys' first thing will always be, the first thing will be attraction. And I don't think that's the first thing with women, though.
No.
Right?
No, because you see some women that are like, damn. And then you see the guys that they're with.
But there's a reason for there's a few reasons for that though. What's the obvious? He's got money, right? That's the first one you think, and it depends on how brutal the guy is. But I'm telling you, or maybe he has a tongue like a vacuum cleaner. I don't know. Maybe
right.
You can get the whop.
Baby's arm holding an apple.
Right. Yeah. So, but I think all that shit helps. I really believe all that shit. It can't hurt you to have great hair like you. You know what I'm saying?
But I mean, that's what I mean. There's so much shit out there. Like there's so many things that can lend attraction.
So that's actually that was one of my topics is what causes attraction.
Yeah, man, it's just like I mean, shit, man. You ever been like on Reddit or something? Like, there's so many there's so much weird shit out there.
There's definitely some weird shit
that people are fucking into. That they're attracted to or whatever, man. You could break every fucking thing down.
Yeah, but my point about with women though, when it comes, I think all that external shit doesn't hit anywhere close to what it makes them feel internally.
Yeah.
So I think that is what ultimately wins women's heart, is how do you make them feel.
Yes, and you've said that before.
Okay, and I'm telling you, and then here's I brought this up because I heard somebody talking about game. You ever heard of like the game world, like using tactics to pick up women? You know.
Yeah, and I think that's the name of a book.
The game.
The Game by some guy.
I forgot the name of the community, but it's like like game or something where like teaching guys how to sleep with women essentially. But the problem with it is that's what it's for, and it won't get you anything more than that with women.
Yeah, just superficial relationship.
It's extremely ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it might get you a little bit more laid because of like behavioral psychologies of women and shit. But ultimately, that is very unfulfilling. I can tell you from experience. But what I think what really gets them is when you're so true to yourself, you know, and I hate to bring this back, you know, in this climate, but to me it goes back to masculinity and femininity, right? And I'm talking about a masculine, and not even necessarily man and women. I'm just going to say a feminine person tends to desire a masculine person. You never really see one of the same, right?
Right.
For the most part.
For the most part, yeah. For the most part,
it's outliers. But I think what ultimately why you get guys that are like, quote unquote out of their league dating hot chicks is, one, hot chicks aren't superficial like we are, you know what I'm saying? Or not even just chicks in general. They don't think like that's why we don't have to necessarily wear makeup and shit like that, is because they don't think that way. Excuse me, we don't think that way. Or excuse me, they don't think that way. So we're not trying to fake as much as they unfortunately are, because they know what we think is with our eyes. Right? So that's why they wear the makeups and they get the tits together, and then they got high heels. Not because they're ridiculous, because it's smart. But think about it. All that shit makes them more beautiful. Like like big eyes are more beautiful, yes or no?
Sure.
And what does makeup do? Make your eyes look presentably bigger.
It's all bullshit.
You think it's bullshit, guy? I think like if a girl's wearing like a makeup versus not, I think if you were just saying which one is aesthetically more pleasing to the eye.
Man,
I'm just reason why it's like $1 trillion fucking industry.
No shit, right?
Wait, motherfuckers a billionaire. Like, there's a reason why everybody wears makeup, including men. There's dudes out here wearing makeup now. It's crazy. It's crazy.
It's crazy, man.
It's crazy.
But I mean, you're right. But it's just nuts thinking about all that shit.
Yeah, and like I said, it's fucked up, but it's true though, man. And women are better when it comes to like, they just care. You know, they're just sweet people comparatively to us.
So why do we suck so bad?
Man, I don't know. But I'll tell you this, though. I think that what clutched us is because they kind of beat us in a lot of departments. But the ultimate thing, and it's going to sound fucked up, but the ultimate thing that equalizes it is strength. So I really feel like they can crush us on a lot of shit.
Right.
But then, but we got the strength, though. So that evens it out, if anything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And again, what's more dope on the planet than literally birthing a human being?
Impregnating that human being.
You know what I'm saying? God damn. Wait, that's not even about just having it grow. Like, don't get me wrong. We add our little 2 cents. We put out
that's about it.
We put our 2 cents in the pot. But they crush it. And then they know just internally, they just know what to do to make sure it's good.
I know, man. We witnessed it for the last 2.5 years, almost 3 years, right?
Yeah. What have you learned?
10 months of pregnancy, and then my kid will be 2 in November, and that shit, the whole process was nuts.
You better goddamn vote. He getting old now.
Man, it's crazy, dude. The fact that he's gonna be already 2 so fast.
That was like last weekend. Wow.
I know. Now this kid's telling me what to do, where to do it, and daddy no, and go here.
Give some advice for the new fathers. That's a good one.
Patience, man.
Ooh,
patience. Okay. And enjoy the moments, right? I mean, it's all cliche bullshit that you've heard. but enjoy it all because, I mean, the shit that annoyed me with him, when he was like little, then I like shit that annoyed me, but like, oh my God, and not sleeping like this, that, whatever. Like now that doesn't happen. And it's not like that I miss it, but I miss that moment in time kind of thing. I don't miss necessarily the act. So it's just kind of like some things will suck. Some things will be awesome, but it's really all awesome. So just embrace it and just enjoy it all.
Man, I can, first of all, and I think I've said this on the pod, but any new listeners, Matt Michael Jack. I didn't think that. I still thought. I still thought a little bit.
You thought about it midway through, the fact that you weren't thinking about it and saying
Maybe that could have been true, to be honest.
It was a late thought.
You're definitely, from what I know, I mean, you could be a serial killer, from what I know.
Dexter.
I was literally thinking he probably Dexter, y'all. This guy's just great, just killing motherfuckers on the low. But if you're killing bad people, I'm all yeah.
Right, man, he was kind of a good guy.
He's
a little strange.
Phenomenal guy. Phenomenal guy. So, and I definitely feel like if anybody's a good father in this motherfucker, if somebody was like, who do you know personally that you could throw in a vote, I'd throw you up there.
Oh, I appreciate that. I've been trying to be, but
over Steve too.
First, Steve is bullshit. He told me he was going to say that.
First of all, Steve's a great father. You're just father of the year. You can be great and somebody can be better. It don't mean he's a piece of shit. What are you trying to imply, Matt?
Steve, you're a great guy.
You're just the GOAT, and he's in the league. Yeah, he's starting.
What, you want to have a dad off?
First of all, I think that I would make a phenomenal father.
You probably are a phenomenal father. You just don't even know it, bro.
That's fucked up. And that's bad luck.
That is bad luck.
That's knock on the wood laminate floor.
Right, there we go.
Man, I'm going to be 35 years old. Going back a year.
Damn, that's so attractive.
Circling back. Wait. Oh, well, again, my pullout game's strong.
So we got on this topic because you were talking about how 35 is that a good or bad thing for a woman, right? 35.
Well, I don't know the answer,
and I didn't. But we took about 40 minutes to get to what we already knew.
Well, I think we got to it. You don't get it. I don't really see it, but I was like, well, fuck it. If it's a thing, Mike was dead. Like he knew he was guaranteed. Not that he can't be still wrong.
Right. But okay, so what's the average age of the women that find that, like, that should be like, you got to get into it a little bit.
Yeah, we should have got into it. Because I didn't ask him those questions. But he was just like, man, they love dudes, and I think it was like, if you are 35. Maybe it wasn't they were looking for 35-year-olds. But
right.
If you are 35 and then you don't have a child.
He's 35, doesn't have any kids.
Got his shit to get all the things.
Right.
He's a catch.
Right.
And it makes sense.
So maybe like, what? Okay, are these 25-year-old girls, or these 30, are these 55, these 65-year-old girls that just lost their first husband or something? And
damn, you get
like,
real
hey
scientific.
man, this guy's 30.
You getting real scientific.
This guy's 30 years younger than me. And he's got his shit together.
Like how Stella got her groove back.
I didn't see the movie, but yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, though?
I have the idea.
Okay, how Stella got her groove back.
That's right.
Hey man, old folks need love too.
Hey, and you know what? Cheers to them all. I got no problem with all that.
What do you know about this Blue Chew shit? And
this what?
You ever heard of Blue Chew?
No.
Blue Chew.
Not at all. Not even a little bit. I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
All right, how about this? I'm gonna Google it.
Blue Chew.
Blue Chew. It's a pill.
No.
How about this? What is Blue Chew?
According to Healthline, Blue Chew is a monthly subscription-based service that provides men with sildenafil or tadalafil tablets.
Cool.
So this is not an ad, just in case anyone's wondering, but it's like it's the main ingredient that's in Viagra. And
it's just like in a concentrated form.
I don't know. I think
can it give you an erection lasting more than 4 hours, and do you need to consult a doctor?
No, okay. But would you consult a doctor if you had an erection lasting 4 hours?
I mean, it depends.
I guess it is a long time straight. That's the thing. Straight.
If you're by yourself and you're just like mowing the lawn, then that's probably pretty annoying. Or whatever. Like, I mean, it depends on what you're doing in that 4 hours, I guess.
Okay. So growing up, I've always heard people say, "Yeah, man, I fucked it for 4 or 5 hours." I'm like, all right, pump the brakes. Who the hell is fucking for 4 straight hours? Straight.
Champions.
I think it's impossible. Straight.
Even in porno, man.
That's what I'm saying.
You ever seen the behind the scenes things in pornos?
But they cut that shit all up, though.
That's what I mean, though. They fucking take breaks.
And they have like fluffers and shit.
Right. Why do you need a fluffer?
To keep you hard, I would assume. I think
for 4 hours? Like, that's what I mean. Like, it's impossible.
But I think that shit runs rampant in the porno industry, though.
Fluffers?
Well,
you don't have a fluffer here?
you guys, what kind of operation? What type 2-bit operation is this? Where the fuck are the
fluffers
at?
Cinnamon liqueur and there's no fluffers?
This guy's like, all right, fuck it, dude, I'll do it. No, but the fucking Blue Chews, the pills.
Yes.
So I guess it's running rampant because that's how you stay. I guess it works. I'll be honest.
What does it do versus Viagra though? No,
it's just like the knock. It's like the main ingredient, and they knocked it off. I think the patent Viagra doesn't just own it no more.
Oh.
And I think other motherfuckers got put on, and Blue Chew was the company that got the money behind it, and they got big. And I heard of it from a web podcast, and you say it out loud, and it ends up on your phone.
Gotcha.
But shit, I at the moment I don't need it. But
Blue Chew.
When is that? Blue Chew.
Google, see if it comes up.
So there's ones that. So let me ask you. So you can either take it one a day, or 30 minutes before you're about to go. What would you rather have, if you had to take it? Would you rather say, wait a minute, I'm about to get it on in 30 minutes, and take it when you need it, or take it daily?
I'd rather just take it daily, because then I feel like instead of...
You're like, hold on, baby. Let me pop my pill.
I don't get ready. I stay ready. Blue Chew.
I wish this was sponsored. That'd be dope.
I don't get ready.
I stay ready. No, but
I think I think I just do it once a day, like with my morning vitamins or whatever.
But I don't think they're as powerful. So
well, I guess I would have to see what the situation was then. What kind of power do I need?
I think that I would rather I wouldn't do it daily. I would rather do it half hour before.
I mean, if you feel like you need that kind of boost, then yeah, sure, right? If that's the situation. But if I feel like I don't need a kick in the ass, I just need a gentle massage, I would just do it. I would just do it in the morning. And if I
do it every day.
If the end result was still the same.
No, it's a little less. It's a little less result.
But I'm saying maybe you don't need as much to get over that hump to get to the result.
Maybe.
Like you're putting a nitro booster on your car to get up to 60 when, you know what, if you just put your foot on the gas, you'll get to 60.
You'll get there.
Right. But once you get to 60, you're good.
What about those gas station pills? I've taken a couple of those. I don't think
how they work.
I don't know.
It's probably just more of a mental.
I think it might have been a placebo.
Placebo, yes, the placebo.
I was drunk. I'm like, man, let me put some work in, right? And I asked the guy, which is stupid.
I'll take these boner pills as beef jerky.
I'm like, hey, Ahmad. I think his name really is Ahmad too. I'm not even like being funny. I'm like, hey, Ahmad, hey, what's up with the pills, man? What you know about the pills? He's like, these. He was like, he goes, very, very good, very, very good. And I'm like, which one? He goes, go to the big one. So I got like the 100x powered or whatever. Mind you, I'm out of my mind wasted. Right? So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take these fucking pills. Right? And I
no whiskey dick here.
Right. And although I've never had a whiskey dick issue, very rarely have I had a whiskey dick issue. Honestly, there's never been a thing for me.
Well, which one is it?
No,
I've never really had it. Very rarely.
I know some motherfuckers.
Only twice was really bad.
Well, I've heard some motherfuckers that I know have said, like, as soon as they get like fucked up, it's ball game. No fucking at all. And I've never been that way.
Right. Good for you.
So you get to a point where,
hi, Mom. She's like listened to every podcast since like the last like.
Well, then she should know that. She knows the hideousness that comes out of our mouths. She knows what was going on.
Mostly yours, at least the last 3 episodes.
Well, the last episode it was nobody's.
That's true.
That's again my bad.
Wah.
Yeah. So I took one of these damn pills, and I'll be honest, that first night, I'm like, whoa. That's what I thought. So I'm like, I was like, damn.
I feel like fucking Superman.
Yeah, I felt like I put a little extra. I'm like, okay, I put a little extra work in. Okay, I'm already a beast. Imagine that.
Yeah,
Imagine that, right? So then
it's like finishing move on steroids.
Man,
can y'all imagine?
I was like, what? It felt great. Then I'm like, all right, let me, then like I don't know, like not the next time or anything, but I was like, oh, let me pick up one more of these pills, and I got one, and then it didn't feel anything. So I was like, all right. I think I was just super drunk and it was on my mind. I think it's just literally nothing. It's a nothing pill.
It's a nothing pill.
And I did some research on, me, I'm always on YouTube and some shit.
It's probably just like regular, just like vitamins or supplement kind of shit, isn't it?
Yeah, like
and
ginseng.
Right.
Now, is that, I've read this.
Ginkgo extract.
Yeah, all that shit, the Asian shit they've been doing for 1,000 years to get you hired. But does any of that shit work?
Man, my sushi guys always told me, like, at Walk and Fire. I can't say that name.
You got a sushi guy?
I got sushi guys. I shouldn't have said that name.
Well, for what it's worth, I didn't hear it.
Okay, great.
But I don't. Were you talking to me or the guest or the people listening?
I don't know, man. I think I was just talking to you. It doesn't matter though. But anyway, when I worked where I worked, the sushi guys at the place that I didn't mention.
Okay.
They would always say for power, you want sea urchin, oysters. Like basically.
Well, oysters
raw
are.
Sushi.
Is that the aphrodisiac?
Yeah, but they say.
Now wait, what is the definition of afro? Like, what is it? What is that? I know, but I don't know. Do you know?
My assumption is just kind of something that just kind of puts you in the mood.
So something to put you in the mood.
Pretty much.
What is an aphrodisiac?
I mean, there's probably like a sciencey way to explain that.
According to Wikipedia, an aphrodisiac is a substance that increases sexual desire, sexual pleasure, or sexual behavior. Substances range from a variety of plants, spices, foods, and synthetic chemicals.
Synthetic chemicals? Is that like a date rape drug?
Puts you in the mood, I'm told.
wait. That's fucked up.
Or no, it just puts you out.
I don't. Date rape is not an aphrodisiac.
I guess right now.
That sounds fucked up. Yeah, I'm gonna give my girl some aphrodisiacs.
What, oysters or date rape?
Yeah, did fucking what do you call it?
What is
Rohypnol or some shit.
Oh, I think you're right. Yeah, Rohypnol.
Some Rohypnol.
Oh yeah, roofies.
Roofie colada.
Roofie colada.
Remember Quagmire? Is he
yeah.
Like? Do you think Biden? Or you think Quagmire was written over Biden?
Wait, hold on. What are we talking about?
Do you think Quagmire was kind of loosely based on Biden?
Because of the sniffing?
Well, yeah, he's the creep, sleeping. Yeah, he's super creepy.
He's a little creepy.
So is Quagmire.
Quagmire, but I don't know. Quagmire is like,
he's like giggity.
He's real. He's real creepy.
He's scared. All right, who's creepier, Quagmire?
Quagmire could never be running for president.
Shit, you sure? The guy we got now got some shit popping out with you. You sure?
Pretty sure.
I don't know. I think the way this world's going, I bet you Quagmire, like if he ran.
Well, he's not on the 2024 ticket. That'd be my a 2050 ticket. We're not that progressive yet.
I bet you money that if he was to come out Quagmire.
Yes, I got you, Quagmire.
And virtually, so it was all online, or it was all just virtual. And then we were allowing this now to be, he would win. I think people, like if you try to clear it up and talk, I don't even know how to do that voice with that little whisper shit he does. But you ever seen, there's an episode on Black Mirror. You watch Black Mirror?
No.
You ever heard of it?
On Netflix?
Yeah.
I have heard of it, never watched it.
It's extremely good. It's like, I would say it's like the Twilight Zone for the future. So it's all these different episodes that really don't have shit to do with each other, but it's all set in the same universe.
And is it is it an American show or is it a British show or something?
Oh, it's UK? Like it's in English. I think it might be some UK. No, but it's all over. I think it might be. I think it started in over there.
Okay,
but it just got big now because some of that shit's like in America, so it's not like a foreign film or even
right.
It's American. It's a regular ass show, but I think there's a couple with accents. So
yeah, I gotcha.
Great. But the cool thing about this series, especially if you're into futuristic ideas, it kind of just gives you like some worst case scenario situations.
Didn't they do like a choose your own kind of episode or a season?
Yeah, it was called Bandersnatch or Bandersnatch.
Right, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Did you watch that?
Hell yeah, I watched
was
that.
that cool?
I'm addicted to Black Mirror. But yeah, so you control the outcome of the movie.
Huh.
Super cool.
So then have you rewatched it then?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And then they got shit online to get you to exactly where to go, you know. So once, because I wanted to see what all the other ones led to.
Right.
Right? Like you got to be a really weird asshole to do that once and be like, oh, that was a good movie.
So how did you like your first navigation of the movie or episode versus
I was
all the ones you played out?
Balls in. It was good.
So did you like yours the best? The first,
I don't know if I remember. I just remember thinking,
like you just like the whole. You were just high on the premise.
I was just high on the premise. Yeah, I love
gotcha.
just ideas, even ideas where like the ending sucks. I still like the movie. Like, it was a good idea. They just didn't figure out the ending great for me. Like the movie The Box. You ever heard of The Box?
Is that the one with Sandra Bullock?
Nah, this is some. I don't want to say no names, but not she's a A-list. She's still A-list. I'd say she's A-list.
Who?
Sandra Bullock. Yeah, she's like an Academy Award winner.
She is, yeah.
Yeah, she's A-list.
Or it was.
Or she definitely was A-list. There's a movie called The Box, and the premise is this couple have a kid, or they have like a baby or something. Money's tough. Money's a fucking issue, and they're like, "Fuck, what are we gonna do?" They're like hopeless. Right that night, somebody knocks on the door. Some weird dude's like, "Hey, here's a fucking box. If there's a button, if you press it."
Oh, I heard about that.
Yeah, if you press the button, someone in the world dies. But you get $1 million.
Right.
And they're like, okay, whatever. And then they do it. What do you call it when, I don't want to, spoiler alert, but it's like, how many years is it when a spoiler alert doesn't work?
Oh, I have no idea. 6.
10 years? 6?
7,
We'll go 6
7.
years.
I don't know.
All right, so fucking spoiler alert. If you ain't seen it by now, you ain't seen it. Right. Anyways, so so what do you do was the whole premise, you know, and then the couple's argument, they like really need the fucking money. It's like, are you kidding me? And then they're like, oh, this is probably stupid. But then they say, what if it's real? But then someone has to die. That's fucked up on your conscience. You know, what would you do? And ultimately, the motherfucker, they press that damn button. And and Steve would always ask me this: would you press that button? Now it's easy. It's easy to say. Of course not. All lives matter.
I don't die.
You see what I did?
No, Black Lives Matter.
Okay, you see what I did there? That was good. But when your family is, you see what I'm saying? You might have to press that.
Right. It's like, well, what are you doing it for? Like, what's your circumstance?
Because like you're dire.
Well, then
you gotta press that button.
Me over them, I guess, right?
But I remember asking that question, or I was asked the question. I was like, "Oh, I'm not pressing that button." And you know, like, oh, no, I'm a good guy. Why would you do that? But it's like, oh, I think that's easy. It's easier said than done when the situation's in your face, and then it's life or death time,
right?
And your kids are in there, and it's like, and you feel shitty, but you'll do some shitty things to protect your family,
right?
You'll go on a killing spree for your family. So not even necessarily has to be family, just someone who you love that much. Because I'm going on a killing spree for Steve for sure, and I'd probably at least stab a couple motherfuckers for you.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying though? So I think I pressed. So you know, you definitely pressed that button, would you?
Man, I'm not saying definitely, but
You're
saying
pressing that button.
If I could definitely see a circumstance where I would.
There you go.
Right.
And I think all people should at least admit that that's inside of you.
Like if someone just came up to me and said, "I will give you $1 million," and I didn't like today, like whatever, the day that I'm living in September 24, 2020, I'll give you $1 million. Press this button. Blah 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 blah. Someone dies. I'm not going to press a button.
Right. Well, how about this? Wait.
Are good.
Wait.
Oh, here you go. He's
going
to make me want to press the button. What? As if $1 million wasn't fantasy enough. What do you got, buddy? To kill a random human.
All I'm saying is I think a lot of people who would be like, yeah, not you necessarily, just people in general, when given an opportunity, I could see someone talking to themselves like literally 50 million people die. Think about one person dies on this earth.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm saying for me. I cannot speak for every motherfucker.
Okay, so that was my point. Not necessarily you, but I can see.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of people. I can only speak for me that I would, and I could see myself doing it in certain circumstances, but for For regular circumstances, just to get $1 million, that's not worth it to me.
Fair for you.
Right.
And I think that there's a lot of people who feel that way that when tempted in real life can convince themselves to press that button.
I totally agree. But let me ask you this. What percentage would you put on that, Chris?
See, you guys, nobody likes that. I like that. I like the percentage game. I don't know why. It like helps my brain comprehend.
Oh, yeah, you look at it like a big pie chart.
Yeah, life's one big fucking piece of pie chart.
Wow, that's a lot.
I really do look at life as a pie chart. That's crazy. I would say, of all the people who would say, I definitely would not press that button, would press that button, I'm going 60%. And then I think it's even it's more different if you have time to think about it. The more time you have, I think the more you'll press that button. Because I think you can convince yourself, and that's and assuming you don't let you need money, and don't forget, not saying
5 seconds.
5 seconds. I think it'd be easier to say no. I won't press the button. That's what I.
12 days.
90% pressing that button, because then they're gonna see like, man, they had to go to work. They had to do this. Oh fuck, I didn't get to pay that cable bill. I'm serious. And you get 12 days to just stew on the fact that all you have to do to not feel any of that trash, at least at the moment. People who get money, like all the studies say that they're more broke.
Right.
People who if you don't have money, get large lump sum, that ruins your life, which is crazy. There's studies on that.
Oh, for sure. How the lottery ruined my life.
Yeah, lottery
There's
just destroys.
docu-series about that shit, man.
That's how you know it ain't all about the money, man. And the older I get, I'm like, whoa. It's about having enough money that you don't have to worry about it, or at least worry as less as possible.
Right.
I think the ultimate optimal play would be to not have to worry about your next meal and shelter.
Agreed.
Like the hierarchy of needs. What do you call it? Shit. You never heard of that?
Mm-mm.
What is the hierarchy of needs?
According to Simply Psychology,
Maslow.
Maslow's hierarchy of needs is a motivational theory in psychology comprising a 5-tier model of human needs, often depicted as hierarchical levels within a pyramid.
So the idea.
What are those 5?
So the idea is you can't get up to the next one until you have fulfilled the bottom one.
That makes sense.
Right? So here's like, according to this one. So the first one is psychological needs, or physiological needs. So that's food, water, warmth, rest. So until you can get those things, you can't. And it makes sense. Like, what the fuck else would you be focused on if you don't know where you're going to sleep and eat and shit?
Right.
I've been in those situations. You don't got time for no 2K. I don't got time to talking to no girls. I need food.
Right. Survival.
Yeah, survival. So that's basic human survival shit.
Right.
So then the next one, ooh, this is a good one. Safety needs, security and safety. So it makes sense. So I need to find me a little, okay, so you find a place to sleep, right? But then what if it rains?
Now, is that physical security or emotional security?
Well, according to this, it's safety needs.
Safety needs. Oh, I
so
thought
it's about your safety.
Okay. So safety needs. I thought you said security.
It says security and safety, but under the umbrella of safety needs.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So to me, that is being safe from predators.
Right.
Or from, I would imagine, from
elements.
Yeah. And what do you, the thing that pops into my head is Wilson. What's that shit?
Wilson! Castaway.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, like, what would you do in that situation? And he's probably doing all those first things. And then once he was able to, and then you work on safety. And then the next one is belongingness and love and needs. So this is when you can start talking about that WAP.
All right.
It says,
I'm feeling pretty good, man, on this train so far.
Intimate relationships and friends. Right. And that's like, and that's the cool thing. That's one thing that's awesome about being in America is that that's easy, not just America, but that's easier for us to get to these, it's kind of a blessing to live in, because there's some countries that it's really hard to get out of the first one.
Right.
That's the whole country. But for them, even our poor people are doing well. You know what I'm saying?
Right. They still have smartphones.
Right. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, And then what we do in having, I forgot who it was. I think it was De'Eric. I think he might have said it on this podcast. He had a homegirl that came out, and she was shocked that there was like homeless shelters.
Oh, I think you were telling me about this.
Yeah.
On one of the podcasts, or before or after.
Well, it was definitely De'Aaron, or maybe I did tell you, but he said
I think you just spoke about it.
She was shocked, and I'm like, she's like, you guys, you don't realize how dope that is. Like, there is none of that where I'm from. Like, you're just screwed, you know. So I'm just saying, and we have all kind, and then like you said the last time we spoke, we kind of do a lot of good shit for our people. I know I'm always a sucker for Roundup, you know, and not that what's 20 cents, but I'm willing to do that.
Right.
Some countries you physically can't. Like 20 cents is, you know how crazy that is. Is some people's paychecks and shit are like $50 in this world today still. I couldn't even 50. No. I can't even. You literally. I don't know. There's nothing I can do for $50, really.
Right.
I mean, $50 is like gasoline, just to get around.
That's assuming you got a car.
That's assuming you got a car. Good point. So I don't know. So that's one thing. So belongingness and love and needs. Yeah. So now you got to get your little. Let me see what I got going on. Okay, the next one is esteem needs. Prestige, feeling of accomplishment. Now again, you can't get here until you got to knock the other ones out first.
Right.
And then the last and the best. If you get to this, you're a goddamn boss. Self-actualization, achieving one's full potential, including creative activities.
Wow.
So that's the goal. If you can knock out all those, you're good.
Otherwise, you're fucked.
And it's time to kill yourself.
Just kidding. Do not that.
No, definitely don't kill yourself.
CARESNONE does not advocate it.
Yeah. No, but I saw this years ago, and I've always just kind of said, well,
is it always the same one? Like, I mean, those always like kind of
the same. The same each
premise.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if there was different versions or different.
What the fuck was the topic? Why you talk about the hierarchy of needs?
Circling back.
So yeah, we suck at circling back. Oh, how about them Cubs?
About them Cubs.
How about them Cubs?
They just dropped 3 in a row to fucking Pittsburgh.
How about them Sox?
They just dropped 3 in a row to Cleveland.
Now check this out.
They're both leading their division, though.
Wouldn't it be fucked up and weird?
It's 2020. It's definitely going to happen.
Right? You know what I'm about to say?
I would assume so. Like a crosstown
World
Series.
And not played in Chicago?
Right.
It'll be played offsite.
But you know what, though? I think I don't know why the Cubs have won as many games as they have. Have you watched many games?
No.
No, I haven't either. But I've listened to a lot.
Okay.
I've listened to a lot, and I do catch some at work or whatever. And I whatever. Their offense, they're terrible.
It's brutal, huh?
Brutal. Like, they have one of the lowest batting averages as a team in the history of the franchise.
Really?
Yeah.
How are they winning then?
Their pitching has been pretty good.
I mean, to be first, are they just? I really have not. I've been so into basketball and a little bit of football, so I haven't really gotten into baseball at all.
Yeah, no, their pitching has been pretty good, and their bullpen was shaky early, but their offense was decent early on in the season, so it kind of made up for it. So they got out to a good start. Their pitching has been consistent. Their pitching has been what it is, man. I feel has been getting them through there, and some timely hitting here or there.
And it has been for some years now. I feel like we do pretty well in that department.
Yeah,
but it sucks. Did we talk about Game 7 on here?
We've mentioned it for sure.
Did we talk about how I got there? I think we had to. I'm not going to talk about that because it's still one of the top 3-4 days of my life.
I feel like we did. I know we both kind of got there under random circumstances, and we were like rows away from each other and didn't even know.
Yeah, we definitely talked about that on here.
Yeah,
we definitely talked about that on here, which is so crazy still.
It is crazy.
So crazy. And now you're on my fucking podcast.
It's very even possible that at some time when they won, we did like high five, and like, I
mean, we were right in that same fucking.
We were right there, and like, there was a lot of Cubs fans.
Yeah, but I surely was the only black person there.
Well, I know I high fived a black man.
Or it might have been Mike, but he's like mixed.
Gotcha.
He looks more Puerto Rican. I got to get him on the show. You know why? Because he's mixed, and that's an interesting dynamic to feel.
Yeah.
I can only imagine how to feel like in certain situations.
He's been on the podcast before.
He has not.
Oh, no, he hasn't.
Right.
I thought he's been on.
Right.
That's
You got to get
weird.
him on.
Is he here tonight even?
Like at the moment? No,
Yeah.
no, he's not here right now.
Gotcha.
But I can imagine that's a pretty interesting dynamic, you know, and I know he'll be honest about it. So
Mm-hmm.
I just think it'd be cool to get that perspective of a person who feels,
Yeah, absolutely.
because I can only imagine, because I kind of feel that way as being a suburban black kid.
Yeah,
I kind of, you know what I'm saying?
you've said that
Right.
before.
And any black people, I'm telling you, we got to stop doing that. I think that's bad. Or anybody like, or you talk ghetto, or you talk black, and I've done this. So you know, oh, who you think you are, or like the term wigger, shit like that. I think we gotta get away from those things, because what it does is, even if you're talking about the other person, you're still making the hit of what black means. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And like like talking black is fucked up. It's like, no, you just talk fucked up, or you talk proper. It's not that you're talking black. It's kind of fucked up. You know?
I got you.
And again, I've done this to myself, to others. So I'm not judging nobody, but I've been working on that. And now that I've been working on that, I can notice when other people do it, and then that I'm like, oh, okay, I know I see how that's, which opens my world to so many things now. And I think with the George Floyd movement, it just opened my world to so many of the bullshits. If not just blacks or fucking women, I just feel like I'm now more aware of like the words I've used, and like certain things. Like, man, that's fucked up. I didn't even think about how that's fucked up. You know,
Looking at it through different perspective, or from a different perspective.
Of shit that I thought was like, oh, like especially like the word faggot. Like back in the day, I used to drop that word so effortlessly, and I'm telling you, in my heart, there was nothing ill about it.
Right, you weren't.
But again, that really hurts motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So I chill with that shit, or any kind of, you know, of those racial things, and I just like listen, or like retarded. I remember I used to say, I think everyone did. And
Right.
I was watching what movie was I just watching? Oh, like any of the Seth Rogen movies, any of those kind of all those guys.
I just watched Pineapple Express.
I just watched it. I just saw it too. First of all, hilarious movie.
Right.
But you couldn't make that movie today. There's no way.
Which is crazy, because that movie came out in what, like
13?
2012? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, right. So that's just how you know that shit's like it's definitely skyrocketing into a more we're gonna figure this shit out eventually. It might get ugly, but it's gonna figure. And I feel like people are feeling more what I'm feeling. Like, oh, you know what? Let me chill out a little bit. Because what's the point of being ridiculous for no reason? So I know my whole thing is CARESNONE, but I want people to understand, and I'm sure we talked about this, but it's not about just I don't give a fuck about nothing.
Right.
Because truth be told, who cares a lot?
Kristen Campbell.
right. I actually give a fuck probably too much for goddamn time. But sometimes you got to tell yourself CARESNONE. It's the whole tell yourself.
It's more about a mantra for yourself.
For yourself, you know? And I think that's why this brand, and it's a brand now, and as a matter of fact, I got the merch coming. I don't know if you saw that.
I did see a
super
post,
close, super close. And I'm going to do it right, man. I ain't trying to, you know, I want to do it right. And that's why I take my time with things. I can't just put my shit out there and then my name's attached to it and like this bum. You know, I just can't do that with anything that I do.
No, and that's why you wouldn't allow our podcast.
I wouldn't do it. And it wouldn't even like, you could have got
over
over it.
2 weeks ago.
Like, what we heard in the recording, you could have listened to it.
You could have. You really could have. But he was right. It wasn't, I mean, it was, yeah, it wasn't good.
I'm like, I can't do it. Wait, and we even tried, right? And I'm just sitting here hurting, and you were like, man, you can't do this.
Yeah, you just weren't into it. Because all you could hear was, right.
And don't forget, we had that podcast, like episode 12 or some shit, where for 2 episodes, the sound was all kind of fucked up. Remember, we had to fix it? I literally called the episode, I finally fixed that sound when I fixed it. I just remember how bad I felt putting that shit out. And then and how grateful I was that people stayed after that trash, at least to me. Mm-hmm. So I said, you know what, man?
Hey, growing pains, though, man.
Right. And all the people who are here now, because I'm telling you, I'm not stopping this. Hopefully you don't.
Right.
I'm not stopping this.
I mean, you were literally doing all this. So, like, you're learning on the fly as you go. How many podcasts have you done before?
0%.
Right, 0%. And how much of an expert you were on all this equipment?
0%.
0%, right? So, you know what? Everyone's got to be a little patient, and it's awesome for where you're doing, man.
I'm actually taking an Adobe course right now.
You had mentioned that.
Yeah,
as we were setting up.
It's an Adobe Masterclass. So I know a little bit about the Adobe Premiere Pro, which is the editing software for video. But I'm part of the Cloud, which is a monthly subscription.
And they teach you how to add 3 microphones.
Well, no. Well, I'm not. Well, they might. I'm not on Audition yet, which is the program for the music. But they might.
Gotcha.
But I'm still on the video one. But anyways, I know a little bit, but I want to know it. You see, like when you look at all those buttons. So this teaching me that shit. So
they all do something.
Yeah, like because so that program we looked at the other night, it's French.
Right. I have no idea.
It's zero idea what the hell any of this shit means.
I mean, with enough time, you could figure it out, probably, maybe. But every situation, I would imagine, there's just so many variables. Like,
oh, for sure. And I believe in YouTube University, best thing on the planet. To me, like YouTube is clutch. If you're not using YouTube, it's like, man, you are severely fucking up. If you have access to YouTube, you need to be on there, people.
All the time.
You need to be on there, and not necessarily just to jag time, but just questions and ideas. Any business you can think of, someone has a do's and don'ts to how to do it. You know what I'm saying? No matter what it is. So it's like you got to take advantage of YouTube. I'm telling you, anybody young in here trying to figure some shit out, here's what you do. Literally go on YouTube, Google, and type in how to figure shit out. Literally. Yep. And then you start from there, and they'll start do this and then do this, and then just the top 5 things I did to be a da 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 da. Come listen to me, and everything that I know started from the core of YouTube.
Don't just watch one video though and go with that one idea. Watch a few videos.
Oh well, so personally, I can't do anything just one time when it comes to any kind of reviews or I'm about to do something. But
some people do. That's not good to do.
Yeah, that's not good. You gotta get a couple ideas.
You can't find the one that just matches your exact title or headline or whatever you're searching. Because I don't know. I mean, I use it for stuff around the house, especially like how to you diagnose problems. And it always feels like for me, with certain things like that, I need to watch like 4 or 5 videos, get a general consensus, and then attack it the way I feel is best.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you gotta get a couple. Anybody who's looking at one of those is crazy.
Right.
Although I do the thumbs up, thumbs down thing really works, because I'm telling you right now, let that motherfucker be more thumbs downs than ups. And then you listen to the video, and you're like, oh, I see why.
Right.
I see this shit is awful.
Well, that makes sense.
And as a guy who's, so I got some YouTube shit, and I've done some little, try MCT. I've done that. I'm telling y'all, anybody who's making YouTube videos, in my opinion, cut to the chase. And it's funny coming from a guy like me who just can ramble all day. But when it comes to a YouTube video tutorial, make it quick to get to what we're talking about, because you can tell when niggas just I'm like, and then sometimes I'll be like, all right, I can't do it.
I'm done.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like have the self-awareness. So again, on a podcast where we're having free-form dialogue, that's okay. Is that a word? Okayer?
Okay, it is tonight.
That's okayer.
That's okay.
But on a YouTube tutorial, you gotta cut that shit out. I hate that. And I can't, you know what else I can't stand? You know what really grinds my gears? Ads. I don't know why. I'm spoiled.
Like YouTube?
YouTube, Google Play, Spotify.
I notice on YouTube a lot because we watch a lot of kid shows like on YouTube for Parker.
Yeah, I can't.
And he's like into something, and then an ad pops up, and then he freaks out.
Yeah. But it costs. It costs for those luxury. Those are the finer things.
Yeah, well, I'm not paying for it. So. That's not happening.
Yeah, it doesn't, because you don't probably watch enough of it then, right? You don't watch it as your to me, YouTube is my number one medium of entertainment. I mean,
right now YouTube is on our house the most because
we
don't watch TV for ourselves. When our kid is up, YouTube is on in the background. Like he'll be doing stuff with us, but
you don't never throw the TV on,
huh?
You don't never throw a TV on.
We don't have TV. We don't have a TV.
Wait, you don't own a TV?
Well, we don't. No, it's on. We play YouTube on the TV.
So you own one television?
Oh, we have televisions. We have 4 televisions.
Wait, so what do you say?
But we don't have like cable and stuff anymore. So we stream everything.
Yeah, it's still TV, fool.
Yeah, but we don't watch TV. Like we don't watch a show if the kid's up. I'm just saying when the kids are.
How often when the kid's down, do you have the television on for anything?
maybe a couple hours at night.
Okay, so wait. So you do watch. So what do you have on the screen when you do watch it a couple hours?
Usually Netflix or Prime or something.
So that's where you go. That's your main thing.
My main thing, yeah, but I'm saying for the house, what gets the most hours is fucking YouTube and these goddamn kid shows.
Dude, I heard some of these kids.
You know how many fucking times
too.
I hear fucking Wheels on the Bus go round and round by different like animated fucking animals and characters?
The wheels on the bus go round and round.
Like there's a Halloween version. There's airplanes. The airplane on the it's like it's so fucking. It's insane. The animals on the bus go yoink. Like it's.
Oh, I'm so glad I don't have a kid, man.
If there's 6 hours of television time in the house, like total throughout the day, like, not like sitting in front of, but like I would say 90% of it is fucking Wheels on the Bus.
Your kid's probably too young to be dealing with Zoom, right?
Yeah.
You don't got to do like Zoom conference calls.
No.
How old is
his portfolio? Portfolio is pretty small right now.
Wait, how old is kindergarten? In preschool, like what how old do you be?
I think 4 or 5.
Oh, he close there. Shit. Are they doing
halfway there?
Are they doing the COVID shit with with preschoolers?
Yeah. Or like Zooming? No, they're going to classes.
Is there not everybody? Everybody?
I was just talking to a couple at work last night that said their kid goes to preschool 2 or 3 days a week for 2.5 to 3 hours. It's like 9 to 12 or 9 to 11:30 or something like that. 3 days a week, and they're in class with 8 other kids.
It's ridiculous. That's it. It's like just do nothing. Like
what do you mean just do nothing?
Like as the parent, like where do you just got it for 2 hours? You just don't have your kid?
Yeah, you know how awesome that would be?
No. I'm saying, and then you have to do that. You have to like find something to do. So like as far as work, like how do you handle that? What if you had to go to work?
Well, then you probably don't have to go to work, but maybe it's like something else. I don't know. Like maybe you don't go to work, but maybe that allows you time to, I don't know, do something. Whatever you could do for 2 hours. Meet a friend for lunch. Go to the store.
Just a little off topic, but Steve's parents and his wife's parents both live close. I didn't realize how much of a blessing that is when both of the mom and dad's parents live close, and then you have like double help with those situations.
To watch kids, yeah.
That's a blessing. And that want to be
not during a pandemic, because
right.
It's still tough.
It's still tough. But I wasn't talking about during the pandemic. I'm talking about in general.
Yeah.
Like that's a blessing.
Having someone hand the kid off to, that you're confident and comfortable with, that that loves the kid as much as you love the kid, kind of thing. Yeah, it's great. And
they generally want to hang around the kid,
right? Instead of just some.
Well, some people don't have that.
Not into a teenager, working for $10 an hour or whatever it is. We haven't had a babysitter situation yet.
Because of family.
Because our family's good about it.
Lucky man. I feel, what about like the single parent? I can see how that that's a huge blessing.
Yeah,
makes it a lot easier. And then you just get more shit to help with that situation, I would think. When you got married, do most people give cash? Is that what it is?
Yeah. We got gifts too, but yeah, we got a lot of cash too.
And the idea is you're supposed to pay, well, there's no number, but like what is the number in the world? What's the
$11 billion?
No, it's like you pay for your plate.
Plate, yeah.
Okay. What if you said, man, here's $5. I ain't eating. Should you feel bad?
You're not drinking either, and thanks for coming.
All right, yeah. So what if I'm not drinking and I don't want no food? I sign off on a little slip. I want nothing.
You wouldn't even get an invitation. You'd be a verbal like, hey, Chris, by the way, I'm getting married on Saturday. If you're not doing anything, why don't you come after dinner for a drink and some for some dancing? Because by that point, I already paid for like everything else. So like, you're just coming by because I just want you there. But you're not getting the formal invitation.
I don't get.
I'm not sending that out as an option on my invite. Like,
what if
chicken,
I just wrote that?
Fish, no dinner.
I'm good, man. I got a breakfast thing that day. I'm gonna be full. Don't even worry about it. Man.
I remember at our one of the gifts we got was a family friend of Christina's, and he flew in solo from like the West Coast, and in the card it was cash, but it was like $83 and like 32 cents.
Like a weird number.
Like a very weird
That's
number.
so weird.
So like we open the thing and like all this, the cash and the change all like falls out. Like what the fuck?
Yeah, I can imagine what that felt like.
So I'm reading the card, right? And he's like, "Hey, congratulations, whatever, blah blah blah." As I'm sitting here writing this, I got this card in the airport. My plane was delayed. Realized that I left my credit card, blah blah, and only had the cash for your gift. But I was thirsty, so I bought a soda while I wrote the card. And then because I was drinking something, I wanted something to eat with it. So like I ended up spending like $16 and whatever cents. So
that's excellent.
This is what's left. So hope you guys enjoy. Whatever. And I was like, this is hilarious. This is like the best card.
Well, in the honesty,
right? And it's probably even full of shit, but it doesn't matter because it's hilarious.
Yeah, they just wrote it. It was so phenomenal.
Right.
You know what?
I can't tell you what anybody else wrote in their fucking card except for that motherfucker.
That's a good point. Have you been I think we talked about this. Have you been a best man?
Yes.
We've talked about this, right?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if I know we've talked about it, but yeah, I've been a best man a few times.
That's right. You and Steve both been best men. You motherfuckers, just cool guys. What the fuck is this? I'm a cool guy. What the fuck? No, I think I have like maybe two that would. I've stood up. I was allowed to stand in a few.
Standing's good. Standing's better.
Less shit.
Standing's better. I mean, whatever. I've been honored every time I've been asked, and it's cool. It's a nice honor and it's fun and but for me it's a lot of stress. I don't like talking in front. You know what?
You don't like the speech, huh?
I hate the speech.
I think you would crush a speech
I hate
too.
The speech.
Do people say you crush it though?
Nah, dude, they don't.
They always say
like that was a mistake.
They're like, "Geez, rough crowd."
Rough crowd.
I know you're lying.
No, dude.
It's
just so uncomfortable. For
no.
me.
I believe it's uncomfortable, but I don't believe no one telling you didn't crush it.
No, and it's debilitating that by I think the last two times or last time I was the best man, I didn't even I was a co-best man with another good friend of mine.
Wait, Coast? That's cheating, man. Not you. But that's the coward's way out.
I don't feel so.
You gotta pick one. You don't,
man.
I know you don't. I'm fucking around.
You probably have some good friends that you would like go co on. No? Or do you? I mean, I guess you could have a clear. There's nothing wrong with that.
First of all, getting married.
Yeah, I guess, right?
Oh,
let's back the train up.
Wow, that's brutal. Personally, it's gonna take a lot. It's gonna take, or maybe just the right motherfucker. I guess you can do that.
Right, man.
Thing.
You never know. You get knocked off your feet, bro.
You know what?
But I'll tell you what. Waking up every day with that attitude, you won't find it.
What did Henry Ford say?
I wish I would have listened to Matt.
No, he said not even close to what he said.
Are you sure?
No, it's actually a really good quote to what you just said. If you whether you think you can't or you think you can, you're right. Yeah, that was Henry Ford. I read that today, ironically.
Hey, bam.
What is the odds of that? First of all, listen, I'm not saying I wouldn't. I didn't say I wouldn't. I just said, man, it's gonna take a lot. Like verbatim, that's what I think I said.
No, that's pretty much roll tape. No, that's pretty much what you said.
It's just like,
But when you say it like that, you already feel like
I know.
It's going to take a lot. Like,
no, but listen.
Like,
if somebody just sweeps me off my soul.
I mean, you're like, okay. All right. If some magical fairy comes down and shoots me in the butt with an arrow.
But I think that just it ruins the shit for me. Not ruins it for everyone, but it's like, man, everything was great, and then you got to get the state involved, and then you got to ask the state permission. Then you got to ask the state permission to get out of it if she tries to stab you.
Okay, so what about a non-conventional marriage?
Like, I'd do that. Yeah.
Like you have someone like
my homie.
Everything is marriage without the state. Like you're committed to that one person.
Oh yeah, I could consider that for sure.
Let's buy a house together.
Yeah, but that's okay. That's not the marriage, though.
Whoa. No, but I mean, all the whole committal process, or what you're thinking, right?
Right.
Like you and someone for the rest of your lives together. You know, you're living together, you raise a family, whatever. Just like you're not husband and wife in the eyes of the state.
Fuck the state, man. Especially the Illinois state.
Well, yeah, fuck.
Hey,
Illinois.
did you see that thing about Facebook? You get like $400.
You didn't sign up for that, did you?
I plan on it.
Oh, don't. Did you see the other thing that came out about it?
You just making this up?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
why are you making this up? I'm like, what?
No,
like,
I saw it, and yeah.
Oh, the camera went out. God damn it. See that?
No, I see it. Like, I see me, I see you. What do you mean?
The red light went out.
Oh, shit.
We're going to pause it.
He's going to pause it. Good, because I got to piss.
All right, we're back. We're back.
We're back.
Yep, so anybody who's watching, my bad, you're going to miss about 6 minutes. So it was full.
Sorry.
The fucking memory card was full. I thought I was erasing all the older ones. There was like 7.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a lie. That's why I'm like, filled out. I'm thinking there's only one. There's nothing. I must have just moved it.
So is that a new card you just erased?
I just erased all it because I have them on a computer.
Oh, gotcha.
You know, so I still have them in case I ever want to go back for whatever reason. I don't have all of them though, which kind of sucks because I'm about to get this website and I think I want a website that has a link to all of my shit, including where you can go to purchase the merch that's coming. Stay tuned. The merch is coming. Super, super close to the merch.
So what kind of merch? Or is it a surprise? Is it a...
I mean, well, you seen the design, right?
Yeah. I mean, is it just T-shirts, though?
Hoodies, T-shirts.
Okay. That's what I'm asking,
it's legit,
man.
Yeah.
You got beer koozies, face masks?
Not yet. I got face masks.
All right.
Beer koozies. That'd be dope.
Yeah.
Sky's the limit, man.
Sky's the limit.
But it's, because a lot of people have been asking. Like, it's just something like, hey, you should get some merch. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. So it's coming up. But also, like, I want to do it right, so I want to get the site set up. I want to do it right, man.
How far do you figure you're out on the merch launch?
Month or so. And if I have to just go to, like, Shopify to do that website, I think I'm going to do Squarespace.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, I've heard of that they do a pretty good job helping people do. And it's like, I want people to feel comfortable putting their money in a site.
Right.
As opposed to, like, giving me your cash app, sending it to me cash app, which works.
Yeah.
And listen, if I can't, and if it's too long, I might just end up doing that. But at the end of the day, like, I kind of want it just be nice. I don't know. It just feels good to put your number in the site, and you're backed. You know what I'm saying?
Instead of I got you.
And I'll be able to put the your bag so like it's binding. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to fuck people. I'm trying to clutch you. But how do you these people don't know me? I hope they think that they're supporting me, so they know me.
Because everything could be a scam, man, on the internet. You don't know.
Wouldn't that be crazy? I'm setting all this up just to scam people. It's so ridiculous.
Out of $25 for a T-shirt.
For a T-shirt, right? The hoodie's dope, man. I know it's hoodie season.
Let's get into hoodie season.
You like hoodies?
I do like hoodies.
I fucking love. Do you like zip up hoodies, or like the old starter jacket hoodies?
I like them both. I mean, I only have one starter jacket hoodie because I don't wear hoodies a lot, but I'll have like a zip up. I think I have 2 zip ups and like one starter jacket kind of hoodie.
Okay,
but not jacket, just like a hoodie.
You're a are you a like a what do you call it? What are those nice black coats? Pea coat kind of guy? You're a pea coat kind of guy?
I've always wanted to be a pea coat kind of guy.
What is it?
But I've never owned a pea coat.
What?
Never owned a pea coat.
You gotta get you a pea coat. I think you crush a pea coat.
See, I always felt too, but every time I went to go buy one, I'm like, what?
Like your beard goes like a perfect.
I never want
to
spend the money on it.
You go to Burlington Coat Factory.
Yeah.
On whatever day. I don't know how it is.
On Coat Day.
Well, every day. The other day was Burger Day. I think yesterday was
at Burlington. They had Burger Day.
No.
That's odd.
Like in the America, we just have a day. Not even just America.
Oh.
Everybody has a day now.
Right. I think it was. It was what was the name of the cocktail? I get it on one of my Google feeds. Like it'll tell me like what like cocktail day it was.
What do you think today is? What do you think?
September 24th.
No, what date? What's today's?
Oh, I'm like thing? September 24th. Like every year would be what? Like national.
I'm gonna just make up some shit because it literally can be anything.
It could be anything.
I'm gonna say
Pet a horse day.
I'm gonna go
Clyder.
I'm gonna go peanut butter and jelly day.
Peanut butter. You already looked this up.
That'd be wait.
If it's peanut butter and jelly day.
I'm telling you right now, I did not look this up on everything I've ever loved. How epic would it be? I would hear it.
Movie magic.
What is today's day thing?
It is Friday, September 25th, 2020.
How do you ask that? I really don't know. What is the thing of the day?
September 24th is National What Day?
Okay, there you go. You know I'm not a great Googler.
You say that, but you do pretty good. You do all right.
No, Steve thinks I'm hideous at. He literally says you're the worst Googler of all time. Which is crazy because I got everything Google in my house.
Right.
What is today's national day?
These are the top results.
Oh, what is national today? There you go.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, here we go. Ooh.
It's just jelly.
That would be good. Today's the 25th. So Friday is National Lobster Day.
But we started this on the 24th. Math
Storytelling Day, which is hideous.
I like Lobster Day.
Yeah, what the fuck is Math Storytelling Day? Wait. You know, there was the other day. It was a day for like to be bisexual. There was. Did you see that? Oh man, there was a thing about. It was like literally 2 days ago. It was like the. How about this? Did you see they're getting rid of Boys Town?
I didn't. I saw something about that on my Google feed, but I didn't click the article. It said they were renaming Boys Town to something.
Yes, so because Boys Town would imply that not everyone else isn't welcome as well as, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I kind of get it. I mean, it's tough. I get the look, but I understand. That's literally what I was saying in the beginning.
Yeah, but is it going to be like changing the name of Sears Tower to Willis Tower?
Like people still gonna call it Boys Town?
Right.
Yeah. Like people call it Comiskey.
Right. It'll take a generation before it's called whatever town it was, and even then, the next generation call it Old Boys Town. And then by the third generation, it'll be Duke's Tavern.
I think it's going faster. I think now it's getting faster. I think it's exponentially getting more liberal.
I agree. I agree. But I'm just saying, like everyone that's our age now, we're gonna refer to it as Boys Town, right?
No, Matt. No, it's okay.
No, motherfucker.
I think I probably. Well, see, I'm trying to not though, because if there's a lot of people that are bothered by it, we shouldn't. Not saying that I won't, but if people are, it's one thing to say Willis Tower, like you're not hurting no one's feelings. I get it.
My feelings like it's fucking Sears Tower. It'll always be Sears Tower.
Yeah, and if your name is Willis, you're not welcome. Yeah, that's a fucking thing right now. And I was like, oh, shit, okay. But that's what I'm saying. All that kind of shit is more and more of that's happening. Some people will say it's a bad thing. Like with the statues and shit. So some of the statues, in my personal opinion, bring the motherfuckers down. We talked about this before. Yeah, we already talked about this.
Not going to make everybody happy.
And you literally can't.
What about my feelings?
Fuck your feelings.
Right. Worry about everybody else's.
I just read this today. Speaking of that.
Speaking of fucking your feelings, man.
It said something to an obsession to please is a disease. Oh, a need to please is a disease. I'm like, damn, that's true. That's so true. Which is also like what my buddy Joey taught me. He said the fastest way to become unhappy is to try to make everyone else happy.
Makes sense.
Which is the same principle. And that's a huge one. And ironically, from what I've learned in my life,
unless making others happy genuinely makes you happy,
and I think if it genuinely does, then yeah, I agree. But I know a lot of people aren't doing that.
Yeah, and that's probably a small percentage. I mean, but everything's really about percentages.
It's the pie chart, I guess.
Right, there's a percentages of something for everything, right?
And
that's what makes life, man.
But I say that's a factual statement, though. And I like that about life, because there's outliers.
But that's what I mean. Everyone should be more open. Like there's everything's not so black and white, right? There's so many shades. Life is such a shade of gray. Like
50 Shades to be exact.
Well, that's for some. If you're into a little pain with your pleasure.
Oh, I actually wrote that down.
What?
I actually wrote that down. Did you hear? Okay, I got a couple of headlines.
Uh-oh.
I got a couple of headlines.
Right.
This is outrageous. Then we can wrap this shit up. Did you hear? I'm just gonna read you the headline. Police raid in Vietnam.
Oh, I saw this. Fuck, gross.
Police raid in Vietnam finds more than 300,000
Wait for it.
used condoms being packed for resale.
What?
I'm like, that is epically outrageous.
I mean, I remember back in high school, you rinse it out, you put it on a broom pole, and you roll it back up and put it back in your wallet.
I've never.
I'm
fucking,
just
I'm about to
kidding.
say, I've never done that.
That was the punchline of some joke that someone told back in high school.
I mean,
But I haven't thought about that in probably 25 years, man. And you said that, and that's the first thing I thought.
wait,
That's
how do
weird.
you wait? How do you listen? When I take them boys off, they're just beat up. Maybe I'm just legit. Maybe some micros out there. Maybe they put it
Like-
on. It's like put on a finger cot.
How do you collect 300,000? Are you sifting through the trash looking for them, or is it part of some like bigger recycling program?
Here we go. An inspector said the factory's 34-year-old owner, a woman, confessed they purchased the condoms from someone else. The state owns whatever this shit's called, according to the AP. Isn't that crazy?
So it's like you buy your Trojans or whatever, and on there it's got the same stamp that like a Coke can has. It's like 5 cents for return in Iowa and 15 cents return if you take it up to Michigan for recycling.
Yeah, you think that shit's legit?
That you can make money by bringing your condoms back.
Yeah, they should do that. Clearly, because people doing it, right?
At least in Vietnam.
Oh man, that's and that's a real story. Oh, we never talked about the Facebook thing.
Oh, we started to, and then the camera went out.
No, you know what? It was the camera. It was you.
I didn't turn the camera off. What do you mean?
You made a joke about you made a joke, and I like lost my train of thought.
No, and then I said, no, yeah, I've heard of it. And then you said, oh, wait, the camera went out.
Oh, that's literally what happened.
Right.
Oh, sorry.
I lived it, and then we listened to it, and
yeah.
then I watched it, and then I said,
Okay.
again.
Yeah. So I guess in Illinois,
The facial recognition
yeah,
thing.
you get about $400.
I thought it said $400 to $600.
Either way, it's something $100, and I'm signing up.
Either way, it's something $100.
All right, man. Hey, man, we're at 1:30.
130. All right.
That's a good number, man.
90 minutes.
We could easily go more, but keep it where it is.
That's all good.
And as always,
Cares none.